Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call. 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And every day at this time, OBMMI. They provide the most comprehensive, accurate, timely, and interactive analysis of pricing ever conducted in the mortgage industry, calculated from actual locked rates with consumers across 35% of all mortgage transactions nationwide. They know what loans are closing at because they're the ones that handle the locking of them for, again, 35%. Now, just want you to remember this. They tell us the points. They do not tell us points paid, points received, or APR. They tell us the number you need to put in your mortgage calculator in order to get the payment, principal and interest payment. What did they lock at yesterday? 6.877, 30-year conventional. That was up. 30-year jumbo, 7.102. That was up. FHA, 30-year, 6.732. That was up. USDA, that was flat. 30-year, 6.709. And for our favorite people in the whole wide world, our veterans, the VA loan locked at 6.433. That's on a 30-year fixed rate. I had to change that a little bit because you know me, I'm a big fan of Geneva's Home Select program because I like the idea of the lowest effective APR that I've seen, the lowest mandatory payment that I've seen, the shortest payoff term that I've seen, and the least amount of interest paid of any loan in the market. So if you can get a win on all four of them. Oh, and I forgot about the fact that you get access to your equity in your real estate in case you need it. 5 out of 5, is that called a 5-star? Just throw that out there for you. Let's see if there's any news. There's not a lot of news out because of the markets being closed today. And it is pretty odd. I mean, does it surprise anybody that today's the only holiday that other than Veterans Day, I think today's the only Independence Day, the only holiday that I know of that we celebrate, exactly on the date. So, there's nothing going there. NFIB came out with some numbers this morning. That is the National Federation of Independent Business. They're not looking good. None of the numbers that we see right now are really looking too good. It's a bit of a odd situation when we watch these things because, as I mentioned yesterday, we get so much bad data coming out of the Bureau of Labor Statistics. And when I say bad data, a lot of times bad is a relative term. It's based on your opinion. Well, it is my opinion and I'm right. But here's the reason I say that is when you take a look at these issues and you say, okay, 10 months out of the last 12, they've had to revise the BLS data down. What is it? If there's a statistician around, can you let me know? What are the odds of that happening? 10 out of 12? It would be like, what if I flipped a coin and got heads 10 out of 12 times? It's just not very likely. So, and I don't think the people there are being malicious. I think they've just got a bad model. And we know that because when we look at the reports that come out of the census, where the BLS is only modeling their numbers based on a small sample, and then you've got the census that looks at the same data, but a sample of 11 million businesses, and they show that we're losing jobs, not gaining jobs, and the Federal Reserve talks about how we're doing well, and the administration, well, I'm not going to go there, but they're all talking about these issues. The fact of the matter is we're losing jobs. The jobs market is not good. And when it finally hits the media, what's going to end up happening is the same thing that we see all the time. Jerome Powell's been talking about the idea that he wants to get a soft landing.
Such an idiot. Such an idiot.
Yeah, I know.
Such an idiot.
Now,
Such an idiot.
I'm going to say, why do they have a lawyer in charge of the Federal Reserve board as the chairman of the Federal Reserve? Wouldn't it make more sense to have an economist? Because what is the definition of economics? And boy, this was just hammered into me when I was in college, and I still remember it 40 years later. We study the past to better understand the present in hopes of predicting the future. Okay, study the past. We know that the last 12 BLS jobs reports have been wrong, or 10 out of them have been overstated. They're all wrong, but 10 have been overstated. So we understand that now, and we know that if jobs continue to go bad in the future, we have a recession. So why is the Federal Reserve not taking action now before we get into a full-blown recession and we have millions of people out of work instead of hundreds of thousands? So I just throw that out there. That is the Mortgage Minute, brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make a call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990.